Now joined by TSN Hockey analyst Cheryl Pounder. Cheryl, you cover a lot of Ottawa Senator games for us here at TSN. You know this team. You've been talking about the DJ Smith possible firing even before the season. Was it a fait accompli? Was it a matter of just when and not if he was going to be fired?
I really think it was, Gino, just the performance of this team versus the expectation, the fan base. And really, it is about results, and it's a results-oriented business. And they've had the time, and of course, the expectation coming into the season. They don't just want meaningful hockey, they wanted playoff hockey. And unfortunately, DJ Smith just couldn't get them there.
All right, so Jacques Martin takes over on an interim basis. He came in here as a consultant. We all felt like, hey, if he's there, he's a viable option. So he's taken over on an interim basis. Is he the right guy for this group as you see it right now?
Well, you know what? This is a group that hasn't reached their potential under DJ Smith. And yes, they're young, and I think there's a lack of maturity. But when you look at someone like Jacques Martin and his pedigree in terms of the defensive side of the game, this is exactly what this young group needs. They need to be accountable to their performance on both sides of the puck, and that's understanding the defensive side of the game. And this is an area, this is a gaping hole that has led goaltenders out of town. They haven't had great goaltending, but they've also been under siege. So it's really important that this is a man that can teach them. He's a man that can make sure that they understand the processes of a defensive game, a collective defensive game. And guess what? When you get the puck, Gino, then you can work on the offensive side of it. Now, all of a sudden, all of that creativity and that finesse can come underway. And as we talk about roster construction and whether or not they have the right mix, we certainly know there's a lot of talent there. So all of a sudden, if you get someone like Jacques Martin that's in the mix and he can't get to these guys, find a way to get them to play on both sides of the puck and really become a complete 200-foot team, then you know that perhaps the roster is incorrect. But right now, as it stands, they've got a ton of skill, they've got a ton of finesse, and they got to give this group, this core, some time to figure out if they can get to the playoffs with that kind of defensive structure, and then they can elaborate from there. But I think he can teach them. I really do. All
right, you said the P word, so let me follow up on that. The math looks horrible for the Ottawa Senators to make the playoffs this year, but is there a chance? Is there any way they could turn this around in time to salvage this season and make the playoffs?
Well, let's look at this. They'd need about 70 points in their next 56 games. So that would be over 35-plus wins. So I'm going to be like a child at a birthday party with a big balloon, and the pin is sitting right on it. And this is for a wild card spot, I might add. Yeah. So it is about to explode. So they need a run. They need an absolute run. And this is a team that can score goals. So this could be a reset, you know, a reset of the temperature of this ship. It's getting in the right direction. If they can find a rhythm, you don't know what kind of offense they can provide. You don't know who's going to step up. So I will never say never, Gino, but this balloon, it's about to explode.
I don't know. It sounds to me like you're saying never at this very moment. She's our hockey
Not
analyst.
never. Not never. There's a chance.
The somewhat optimistic Cheryl Pounder. Thanks, Cheryl.